Oh no, you
Hold
were
on.
first. I hate that. I was about
I
to call you,
know.
Dave.
Dude, I was waiting for you forever. We're already into the game. What's going on?
Are you serious? You just called me 2 seconds before I answered. Like, you're
But I
always
was waiting. I
exaggerating.
was waiting though.
Okay. What are you trying to tell me? That I'm always late, Dave?
Yes.
Okay. How many occasions have I been late? Tell me right now. You have 5 seconds.
How many occasions have we cast together?
I asked you the first question. Five,
No, we've done
four.
5, and every single time I'm already into the game before you call me.
You're exaggerating.
Nope, nope, nope. Run it back. Everyone run it back. Everybody run it back. Always into the game. The game has already started before you call me.
You're exaggerating. The
Okay,
German's never
anyway.
late. Never.
Germans are okay. Then I guess you're not German. Then we're gonna have a
Wow.
test done.
Wow. So first, yesterday you troll me all the time with swimming pool, and now you're
No.
questioning.
Let's make this clear. Let's
Now
make this
you're
super clear.
questioning.
You trolled yourself with that. You said you knew it was gonna be bad when you were telling the story.
Oh, but okay.
Anyway, we're in
there-
the
okay,
finals.
okay, okay,
Finals
okay,
of your
okay,
tournament,
okay,
all right?
okay, let's
Mayans
do
against
this.
Britons. Classic
Yeah.
matchup, all right?
Yes.
Archer
yes,
matchup here. Mayans
Yes.
against Britons.
Yes.
I like
Which-
Britons in the mid game, and they're
Okay.
very far apart, so we're probably going to get to the mid game. We got Yo against Hera. Pretty stoked about this matchup, not going to lie, dude.
Dave, what happened? It feels like you have so much energy today. I love it.
I know, because
Why is that?
we've been casting 4 hours today, and we had some pretty entertaining moments in the first games, so I got energy, you know?
The good thing is, right now.
I think it's because I
Yeah.
haven't been talking to you all day, actually. So check up in an hour or so.
Wow. I felt this could go that way, but I was like, no, Dave is too nice, and then you have proven me wrong. So
I know.
yeah,
I know.
I understand that. But anyway, we have to keep it serious, okay? Because this is the final of JMB Season 1, and there is no room for bantering whatsoever.
None.
Yes.
And there's no room for, I don't know where I was going to transition there, but these players are super far apart, and Britons I would favor roughly here over Mayans on this mega random generation where the bases are super far from each other. Yo is now going for a house over that boar because Hera was there trying to lame once again, similar to what he did against Valessa.
Yeah, this time he learned
in the
though.
previous set. Yeah.
This time he has learned. He exaggerated or extended, and then he lost the eel. And this time I like the approach because I would never trade my scout for a village kill.
Mm-hmm. It was super early though. To be fair, it was like when Valessa had how many vills? Like 8 or 9? That's a big impact.
It is, but scout man.
And he was, yeah, I know, but he was fortunate that the map was pretty straightforward. He didn't need to scout any of those other areas.
Yeah. Anyway, we see barrack opening. We have
militia?
1 militia right now, and he's adding the second one. It looks like there could be a third one coming as well because he doesn't. He hasn't not loom researched yet. Maybe only 2. I don't know. Dave, it is
I think it's
tough
gonna be
one.
2.
I think so as well.
He's getting loom now, so it's just gonna be 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, he hasn't gone out to the gold either, and he's bringing in another boar. How many boars were there on this map? 3?
I don't know. Actually, I didn't check.
I feel like there were 3 on this generation.
Okay,
dude,
Hera?
the last mega random generation we had was like the most vanilla mega random I've ever seen in my entire life. The one with Valessa and Hera was just boring. It was just really boring.
At one point I was happy because their TCs were so close together where I felt like, okay, this has a high potential of aggressiveness, but on the other side was like, as you said, it was too boring for mega random generation. And Hera obviously knows that the militia are coming in here. He had scouted the barrack, and now Hera is walling the berries nicely. So Mr. Yo is not going to be able to find any damage here.
Unless he gets to the house. No, Hera tasks the villager onto that. Hera has 4 militia of his own.
Yep.
So we're going to continue with the greed here, I guess, for Hera. Well, I guess 4 militia isn't that greedy, but that last set he played against Valessa.
Yeah.
He went FC twice in that set. And then the third game was just full wall, a few archers into Castle Age. So Hera full walling his base. He has no openings now. He has 1 gold inside, and he's got lots of cows left over to get that food income in. He's going to start on the farms pretty soon. Mr. Yo also almost fully walled, and he's going to be tracking these militia across the map.
Yep. Hera obviously has the advantage because he has 4 militia against 2 of Mr. Yo, and the only thing Mr. Yo can do right now is just run away. It is definitely very favorable for Hera because he has 5 units now, which he can use to attack any houses or barracks which are exposed, and they're going down pretty fast against Dark Age in Dark Age. So I don't like that Hera is chasing those units down. He should be going forward to Mr. Yo and try to make something happen, I feel.
Well, he might just think that Mr. Yo is fully walled. Like from what he saw earlier, you saw the palisade walls, the houses there.
Yeah.
Might as well just chase the militia at this point. I don't know with 4 of them though. Maybe an eagle and 2 militia. You chase that.
Yeah.
But Yo takes the fight anyway, so it works out for him at the end of the day.
Yeah. This is the point where he has to commit now to Mr. Yo's base. And now thinking about Britons against Mayans. This is a very classy matchup, but which civilization do you think should come out on top of this one?
I think if Britons don't get harassed, if they're fully walled and you're just having archer battles in the middle, I think Britons should come out on top. But the problem is when the Mayans make it messy, right? If the Mayans have like a forward position or whatnot, it could be pretty brutal because they can switch into eagles. And the economy for them should be a little bit better at home. But the Britons with that extra range, if they get the crossbow mass, can be super devastating.
Exactly. I mean, with Britons, you should have a bit of an easier time to boom behind your army because of the cheaper TCs. But it feels like with Mayans, you have a great army composition out of plumes and eagles. And Britons will be forced to go for the champion line and also for longbows. And in general, Britons should be stronger if they are capable of forcing a fight at one spot. And this map doesn't really invite for that because the area is just too big to wall. So it feels like mine should have a little bit of an advantage here.
Dude, 2 villagers to repair that house, and it's still losing HP because he's still in Dark Age.
Yeah.
Some idle time forced out there, and Hera's probably going to have the archer range follow-up. Yo will confirm that with his militia. He's still getting value out of that. A little bit of scouting. Yep. Really predictable, but it's nice to see anyway. And Hera now dropping some farms. Didn't get horse collar.
Yep.
Is going to place those down, and he's going to go into the 1-range archer production. Yo can go into 1-range archer production too and slowly make his way to the next stage. No eco upgrades for him either.
Exactly. Usually when you go for that build, the economy upgrades are coming after you have clicked up to Castle Age. And yeah, in general, I feel like the build is a little bit better for Mr. Yo because I don't expect Hera to be accomplishing too much with his man-at-arm and archer aggression. But he will obviously boost his economy right now. Yeah, you can see
house is going to go down.
House is going to go down.
That was so close, Jordan. That was like 1 HP away from dying, that house.
How?
That would have been really annoying.
Was there only one villager?
Arms.
Yeah, but
there was only one villager. Yeah, there was only one villager repairing it. Yeah,
that makes sense. I don't like what Hera is doing right now. It feels like he's wasting a lot of HP on the man-at-arms and they could be used somewhere else. But let's see.
Here's the archers coming in now, and Yo's gonna have to respond to this.
Yeah.
He just goes for one house behind that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But still, those archers are fully upgraded for Hera, and Mr. Yo right now, he's now researching fletching, so there will be a timing window where Hera can move inside, and Mr. Yo, he has to be so cautious. Oh, he places him. Oh, he lost
placed the gate on the wrong side, lost a villager there too. This is rough, man, and that's why Hera was attacking the house. You said you didn't like it, but he sensed blood in the water, right?
Yeah,
and he smell it.
Yeah, and he was right with that decision, because now he's capable of forcing so many reactions from Mr. Yo, and Mr. Yo right now, he could even die here.
He's waiting for Castle Age. I think if he loses like 3 villagers, it's acceptable here, but if Hera cuts off that gold and kills all his army, Yo's gonna be in a really rough spot. Now engaging against the men-at-arms, he's gonna lose another villager. And now he's gonna lose another one. Hera's still microing the archers. This is really bad for Mr. Yo.
This is disastrous here. He lost another villager, and he will lose another one. He loses another one. How many did he lose? He lost six villagers in total.
6 vills. He is in Castle Age now. He's going to lose 7 here.
He loses 7.
That's sloppy to send her over there. That's really sloppy. But I think he's just trying to balance now. He's trying to make something happen. He's going to go for 2 extra TCs. And he does have food in the bank, so he will be able to make up the difference with the villagers there. But that is just a loss that I think could have been avoided.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he got really greedy there. Didn't want to spend the stone on a tower. He was waiting for TCs, and he just messed up the timing a little bit on going up to Castle Age.
Man, Hera is so good. Now even, oh god, Mr. goes for the wood upgrade now and the horse color. Like, his start has been completely disastrous. A perfect aggression by Hera. And the problem is, not only did Mr. Yo lose a lot of villagers in the process, but he also lost his archer mass. And now there's nothing Hera has to be afraid of at all.
I'm curious to see when Hera gets to Castle Age. He's 2 minutes away right now. Yo is going to have 3 TCs. And I think he can produce out of all of them. I want to see the villager difference when Yo reaches. Right now it's 40 to... It was 24 before.
Yeah.
After that raid.
Yeah.
So he was 16 villagers behind.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be more or less even by the time he gets there.
No, it won't. He doesn't have the food income. He only has 8 on food right now.
True.
That's never enough to produce out of the old TCs, right? And you can see his idle TC time. It's increasing and increasing. And from Hera, we see the switch to Eagles. So those Eagles are going to be able to do so much against the incoming units from Hera. So that is just beautiful play by Hera right now.
And Yo looked so good earlier today, too.
Exactly. He completely
he was
smashed
steamrolling
ACCM.
ACCM. Yeah, that Byzantine strat again today.
Amazing.
Dude, that thing is nuts.
Yep.
And he went into cataphracts, too, and it just made it look easy.
Exactly. It was just amazing, but... Wow. Right now, it felt like, with the start, Hera seems to be on a different level than Yo. Like, it seemed like the aggression wouldn't be paying off, but oh boy, I was completely wrong about that one, and Hera has proven you and me wrong, Dave.
When did I say the aggression wouldn't pay off?
I was like, if I include him, will he defend himself, or will he be like, okay, let's ignore that statement?
Wait, you know what? In Canada, we call that slander, my friend. What? That's
well,
it's illegal.
It feels like every time we're casting together, you're slandering all over the place. So it was time for a payback.
Okay. Forward Siege Workshop here from Hera. Hasn't sold his stone.
Yep.
I never... It's funny, when Hera goes for forwards, he rarely sells his res. A lot of other players, like you see them go for this forward into the Eagles, immediate selling of the stone, right?
Yeah,
They just want the gold to go for the forward pressure, but Hera plays the forward so, I would say, safely.
Yeah.
He's walling up at home. He's got the option to go into extra TCs if he needs to, and he's just going to try and get a little bit of damage on Yoziko with this pressure, and he'll add TCs eventually. He's going for a Ram to start things off. Ram got a lot of value against Valessa in that Yucatan game. I think it killed like 7 buildings or something.
Yeah, that was amazing. It was really, really good, and village account is equalized now. Mr. Yo was able to do that, but he obviously doesn't have the army, and he doesn't have the quality of the army as well. So Hera is going to find a lot of villager kills here again, I would assume here, Dave.
Yep. I think Yo should almost go for Stonewalls here, if he can.
Yeah. Stonewall and the Siege Workshop himself, but right now his economy... While the villagers are a little bit more, their efficiency is not there, and the villagers haven't collected as many resources yet as Hera's villagers did. So, yeah, it feels like he's not really able to afford all these things right now.
If Hera ever gets in with +2 Eagles, this is over.
This is over, exactly.
And it's house walls from Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, God, he almost got in!
That was so close. That was so close.
So close. 1 millisecond away from being in Siege Workshop now for Mr. Yo. Monka S&D. That was that was something.
Yeah. And Mr. Yo, he's suffering so much pressure now. And Hera even has a second ram as well on the south side. And Mr. Yo has to be really you know, careful, or he has to decide where does he send the Mangonel first. I guess it will be the south side.
Goes for stone walls. I like that.
Yep.
Mangonel is going to be out, and Yo will be able to defend. He is at 57 vills, Hera at 50, but worker efficiency in general doesn't show right now on capture age, but in general, it's been better for Hera.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he hasn't been walling behind this and whatnot. And Hera goes for that second TC, so it's just forward pressure, steady eco behind for Hera, slowly going to boom up, and he's going to keep the pressure on Mr. Yo's base and prevent those archers from coming out. Yo still doesn't even have the crossbow upgrade for these units.
Yeah. He doesn't
Needs
have
a stone
Botkin.
wall at the back there too.
Yeah, he doesn't have Botkin arrow as well, so he has a lot of places where he's really fragile. He's walling himself on the right hand side with stone, so that is good. He has a very healthy economy right now, but obviously, like, Hera needs to get some Mangonels in there as well, and I just absolutely love it.
That's good. I love targeting that Vil first, because
Exactly.
now Hera doesn't have anything forward, nothing to repair the siege.
Exactly.
Yo is going for a market back here.
He will
And,
buy a castle.
Hera now shifts his focus onto that blacksmith. And Yo is going to go for the castle, like you said. It's gonna get ugly here, though, Jordan. If Yo makes one mistake, this is terrible.
This is over. He needs to be clutch with the walling. If he has one gap, then he's dead.
Good Mangonel shots from Yo.
Yeah.
He's got 2 of them now. He needs his attention at like 3 different spots at once, because Hera's going to continue pushing in.
This is funny to watch. Like, you know exactly if Mr. Yo misses one beat, Hera's in, and those eagles are shredding everything.
Yep. I have to say though, like, well done from Yo to even be alive at this point.
Yeah.
So many other people would have just folded like a wet tissue paper under this pressure.
And it feels like he's holding, Dave. I don't see how Hera can breach him anymore, and he has a 19 villager advantage right now.
Still no crossbow.
Oh, and the Mangonel survives by Mr. Yo. That was so close for Hera, but unfortunately for him, not capable of making that happen. And now we have the third TC being added by Hera as well. So he realizes that the situation he is in right now is a bit of problematic.
He's kind of like he's kind of yoing Mr. Yo right now. Because when I think about pushes where people have decent eco behind it, I think of Mr. Yo.
Yeah.
He does it so well with the forward, and then you look at his macro behind, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Hera is doing against our Britain's player, and Yo is just trying desperately to get the eco upgrades. He's trying to keep his economy rolling. He's stuck in the area here. He's all out of stone at the back, almost has enough for another castle, but no more stone to take, and he's just desperately trying to get good trades with the Mangonel, but so far Hera has come out on top with that.
Yeah, I think there is a 2-0 trade now for the Mangonels in favor of Hera, so he has been on point with those. And it's not like Mr. Yo is not watching. Say what? Yo?
Hera needs market.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't go for the market earlier, like most players would with this forward eagle push. But right now, he's got 1,300 gold. Now would be really useful to have that market.
Yeah, for sure. It's also something which I noticed in Hera's play. He's not the biggest fan of using the market. And I agree with that in many occasions. But right now, the market would definitely be helpful. And man, he's just on point with the Mangonels. Like,
oh my god, like he's paying attention on every side. Yo is somehow keeping this Mangonel alive. It finally goes down there, Jordan. And Hera is in with the eagles. Yo does have Bodkin arrow for these TCs, but the eagles have +2. He does have some longbows, but those are 25 eagles, and the Mangonels are behind this. Yo needs to take care of these eagles fast.
Yeah, exactly. And Hera, he is able to find a lot of disruption onto Mr. Yo's economy. And currently, we have 81 villagers against 90. But obviously, Hera, he's almost able to click Imperial Age with so much gold banked up. And if we're talking about work efficiency, I think Hera should be quite ahead in this regard.
I'm surprised Yo is still alive.
Yeah.
I'm honestly stunned that he's still alive right now.
Yeah, big kudos
the pressure.
to him. Yeah. It feels like he will sustain the position a bit longer as well, because it is so hard to push into Britons. It's just literally impossible.
Especially with longbows.
Yeah.
Like that unit with the extra base attack, it means they do a little bit better against the Eagle Mangonel push here. He does get rocked by a big shot there, though. And Yo losing the rest of his longbows. Oh, no. Yeah. That Mangonel from Hera, 11 kills on that unit.
Yeah.
Thing is doing work. And now Hera's up to the Imperial Age. Still has a lot of res banked. He's on stone with 12, so maybe thinking about a forward castle of his own.
Yeah.
And Yo is going for a castle on the right side, but Hera is there with the Eagles. Yo will get that up in time. Yes.
Yeah. But the biggest story of it all is that Hera is up to Imperial Age already, just 2 minutes away from hitting that. And he has already a lot of Eagles on the field. So he just has to wait and upgrade those, right? And it feels like Mr. Yo, he doesn't have any chance whatsoever to switch to longbow, the champion line play. And that's exactly what he needs right now in order to defend against those Eagles.
Look at him going to the north. He's like, I need to escape.
Yeah,
I need to get out of here. This is a death trap. And he goes to imp on that TC.
No way. No way, Dave. He's not doing that, is he? Oh God.
Dude, this is like some big balls from Mr. Yo. Holy.
And it feels like the Mangonel could go down. And then the TC is completely exposed.
Okay, the odds of Mr. Yo winning this are like 1% at the moment. But if he does, I mean, we got to give him some respect.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Hera is all over him.
Yeah, exactly. The aggression is just so solid right now from Hera. And the TC, yeah, 40%. But obviously the Mangonels will continue fighting or shooting that TC. No way. Oof, that was a close one.
Snipes the Mangonel. Hera gets to Imperial Age. Forward Castle is coming up now. He's getting Elite Eagle and the final armor upgrade.
Yeah. Now he gets
Mangonels go down.
And this game's over.
Yo.
It's just crazy.
Look at me in a decent position. Eldorado would be huge, like you said. 40 HP additional for those Eagles. But look, the Mangonel from Yo. Kind of denying the castle here. And Hera doesn't have a castle to get Eldorado.
Yeah.
This is the only one he's got going up right now.
But even with those Eagles, Dave, you can just run under the base of Mr. Yo and you shred everything. Because they will have 8 pierce armor and they're not going to take any damage from any arrow shots at all.
But Jordan, the longbowman.
Continue, yes.
I just said the longbowman.
The longbowman? Okay.
They have very long bows.
Yeah.
Yo needs champion. Yes, he does need champion, but the problem is switching into champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And it take a lot of time. And the Onager, or sorry, Mangonel trying to get a big shot. Yo, retreating with those longbows. He's backing up. He gets to Imperial Age from that TC. Never thought he would actually get there. Sits in the choke point against these Eagles, but he's going to lose the longbows. Hera now going for a TC on the north side of Yo's base with one villager. And he's raiding underneath here with the Eagles. They are on stand ground, though, so they're not going to do that much damage at the back. And Yo calls the GG. Wow.
It was just overwhelming by Hera. But as you mentioned, Dave, it felt like kudos to Mr. Yo for holding on so long against that aggression. And it was like there were 30 Eagles in cast stage, fully upgraded. So ready to jump into his base, and Mr. Yo was attacked from 2-3 different spots, and he was capable of holding the situation.
This game was lost in Feudal Age when he was going up, though.
Exactly.
That raid, Hera getting in through there, I think Yo could have stopped that with a few extra buildings. I think he just underestimated the power of the men-at-arms helping to get through, and the fact that Hera had not only fletching, but he also had the armor on his archers, meant that Yo couldn't even take like straight up trades against them.
Exactly. So I guess at that point Hera anticipated what was going to happen, and yeah, he was able to completely demolish the start for Mr. Yo, and Mr. Yo obviously with the direct 3TC boom was able to bounce back a little bit, but yeah, was not ideal for sure.
Okay, well, if Yo's gonna win, he's gonna have to be on top form because Hera looks really good today. And he's playing so greedy too. And he's
Yeah.
still looking really good.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so 1-0 lead for Hera. And I mean, Mr. Yo, he's not that kind of player who is known for giving up mentally. I mean, in the resurgence in the semifinals, he was down 3-0 and made the reverse sweep. So that at all is just an indicator that he is fine playing from behind.
No, Yo, I think in a lot of sets, Yo, unless he like sweeps or wins convincingly, Yo is losing the first game. I think it takes time to get into it, honestly. So we've got Coast to Mountain, game number 2, Hera against Yo. Hera's gone for the Hindustanis here. And Yo has gone for Lithuanians. And Yo will be going for the dock right away, the pond in the south. And I do not see a dock villager for Hera. So Yo is going to have the advantage of the fishing ships. Hera will immediately go to the north here. And he's going to bring in an elephant right away. Meanwhile, Mr. Yo taking the straggler trees. So he gets his fishing ship out early. And then he'll head up later for that lumber camp in the north. Does start with extra food, courtesy of Lithuanians. So it's a nice start on this map, for sure.
Yeah. And also in the first game against ACCM, he has had a perfect build order with Lithuanians as well. I think he went for the straggler trees as well as he did right now as well. Was capable of adding 2 fishing ships before adding the lumber camp. And he did not do it this time, which is interesting. But okay, he still has 1 dock with 1 villager, one fishing boat, and that one is generating food all the time.
So and you start with the huts, so
yeah,
you don't need wood for houses immediately,
exactly.
Which is great. And Harris still hasn't gone for a dock, so he's just not docking at all.
Yeah. It feels like he's not docking at all. And Missio,
That's what I just said.
Yeah, yes. I was just, reinforcing.
No, I get it.
I
get it. I get it. I'm your role model. I understand.
Yeah,
I get it.
Exactly.
You want it.
Exactly.
It's flattering, really.
If it's flattering, why did you?
You just want to be like me. It's good. It's fine, man.
Yes.
I get it. I just,
Okay. I feel like I'm not the first person to be like you, right? Or who wants to try to be like you, Dave.
Oh, I know, dude. There's a whole, yeah.
So you have had that experience.
Facebook.gg/T90 official. Exactly.
Okay.
I've had that experience.
Okay. So finally, Dave, we have clarified that topic. And indeed, Hera doesn't go for a dock, Dave.
So you asked how much experience he has playing the maps, or the map. And this is clearly intentional because he should have known that there's a pond down here. Yep. And he's just going to go for the early aggression with the Hindustanis. And he feels like he can do enough damage to outweigh the fishing eco from Mr. Yo. I don't know if I agree with that, but we'll see what Hera can do.
I definitely don't agree with that, but I have never seen a matchup where one guy doesn't go for board at all. So it's going to be very interesting to see. However, Mr. he has a nice advantage already economically speaking, and Hera goes up to fuel age himself now, but we have 4 fishing boats already for Mr. doing the work. So I think Hera will go for stable upon reaching fuel age. But I don't expect him to deal too much damage here on Mr. Yo's side.
And Yo knows he doesn't have a dock either. He can tell by the score, and he can tell because he scouted the shoreline. So Yo knows exactly what's going on with Hera. Yep. I don't know if he expects that he's up for yet. He should, but Hera didn't get Loom, which is what a lot of players do in this situation.
Yep.
Even though you don't have a starting scout. So maybe Yo is... still in the dark about Hera's uptime. He should suspect that Hera's up right now, though.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Yo got a glimpse with the camel on the barrack, so he knows exactly there is going to be land aggression coming in, and he will be very active with the camel as well to spot what is the military building which is going to follow. Is it going to be archers or scouts? But it's going to be scouts, as we don't see Hera on gold at all.
Hera is 200 food ahead of Yo collected right now. But Yo has 300 more wood collected. So Hera is collecting faster from the hunt with more villagers so far in this game. But Yo collects more wood because he has the fishing ships on food to sustain his TC production. So that's how that evens out at this stage. And the longer this goes, the more it's going to swing in Yo's advantage with those fishing ships.
Exactly. We will see a stable opening as well for Mistio, so both players go for the exact same strategy. However, Mistio has a huge advantage with the fish income, while Hera does not have that. And it's not like Hera is forcing the issue, trying to put on the aggression on land right now to make up for that. No, he's not. He's just playing defensively. And Mistio, he will wall himself up, and Mistio will have such a great economy behind that. So it's going to be very tough for Hera, I would assume.
And Yo's gonna have similar army numbers too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he has the fish, and he has very similar military. He's gonna have spearmen and scouts in defense. Hera immediately queued up 4 scouts from that one stable.
Yeah.
As soon as he got to feudal age, and he's gonna send them out. Probably go right over these walling villagers because the camel is there. But there's gonna be a spearman and there's gonna be a scout. So not much damage to be done here if you're Hera. And Yo, I mean, I don't know how many times we can say it, but he's still got the fish. Hera does have a villager south, though. So he's thinking about making a dock. However, Yo is there with a villager of his own.
Oh my
So he might be able to win that fight.
Oh
if Yo notices. Yo?
Yeah. That is very unfortunate. I don't think he notices that one.
He saw the house, though.
He saw the house, yeah. He has not reacted to the villager yet, but there's obviously a lot of micro going on now in the front. And Yo... I think he knows now, doesn't he?
He knows there's a house down there, but he didn't see the dock foundation when he walked past, so he doesn't know that Hera's building right beside him.
Hera is on gold, so he will be able to crack out fire galleys for sure. And Mistio, he is not on gold, so even if he was to spot that, he would not have the possibilities to build too many fire galleys here.
Maybe when he goes back to that villager, he's hitting the Autoville button, he'll notice the house right there. I don't think he noticed it at all, dude. I think he didn't. He's obviously seen it on the minimap, but it hasn't triggered.
Yep. And Hera's in. No way, Hera's in. How? Oh no. How is Hera in here?
Between the house and the stable?
No, he was able to go in through the gate. The gate was open. And this is so good for Hera. He's going to be able to force so much reaction from Mr. Yo here, and this is just amazing for Hera. And the fire galleys are going to be able to crush the fishing boat. So even though I was thinking that Mr. Yo cannot lose this game anymore, Hera has found a way, Dave, I feel like.
Yeah, and I love the fact that Hera is building up the fire galleys before coming out. He's not sending them one at a time. Well, I think it's really good. Yeah. Well, he just sent that one out, but he already has another one in production.
Yeah, that's good, obviously.
Yeah.
And now Mistio gets a notification, obviously, that there is some harassment on water. He's going for the third dock, but he doesn't have gold income. So he's not going to be able to produce any fire galleys except one.
Yep, and he doesn't move his fishing ships away. Okay, now he finally moves them. He was paying attention to the land army from Hera.
Yeah.
Villager count 30 to 31 in favor of Hera. Yo, obviously with those fishing ships, but he's going to lose them now. He does clear up the army so he can come back across with the scouts. Now it's Hera that's going to have to worry about the land pressure, but I think he should be in a decent position. And Hera has managed to balance this out without going for fish immediately in this game. However, Yo has escaped with 3 fishing ships, and he's going to bring him over to his third dock that Hera doesn't see yet.
Yeah, that is obviously very good for Mistio.
Ooh, scouts coming over to the Dockville. Ooh.
There's no way Hera quick walls this, right? No way. Okay.
No.
Oh, wow, that was
tried, dude. He almost made it happen.
That was so close. And I feel like, I'm not sure how you feel about it, Dave, but ever since the villagers have gotten themselves boxing gloves, they seem a bit stronger. What do you think?
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think my mod has been deactivated for that though, somehow.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but I gotta reactivate that.
Why? This is the
coolest boxing glove mod.
This is the coolest thing. This is the coolest thing
I know.
which has ever been introduced to Age of Empires.
It got deactivated somehow. I have to reactivate it, is what I said.
Yeah,
I think it's super cool.
The first thing I'm checking in my game is if the boxing gloves are on.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. I'm ashamed. Hera's up to Castle Age.
Yep.
He's still fully open here, but he has some spearmen and the scouts. There's only 3 of them. Yo's going to run into that TC. Hera doesn't get the house down in time. This is going to be a little bit annoying for Hera, for sure.
Yeah. He will lose 1 or 2 villages, that's for sure. And the Spearman. Oh, Hera is... he's been a bit sloppy with that one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yo taking 2 vills with those scouts. That's more than I thought he would.
Yeah. And that's the thing about... We talked about it again regarding the... Okay, that was 1590, but anyway. It's just like... The scouts, they can kind of ignore the TC, right? It's just like they pass, and obviously Hera didn't queue up in time, but the scouts just ignore that, and were able to get 2 villager kills, which is amazing for them. But Hera overall, he is just so much ahead in terms of castle age time, and he should be able to plant down 2 TCs immediately to get his economy really, really strong, because with Hindustanis, the villagers in castle age only cost 40 food, which really helps in getting the boom going.
It does feel like, compared to the old Age of Empires before DE, the TCs just don't hit anything in DE.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like that?
Yeah.
The arrows just never hit anything. It's crazy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why scouting or scouts passing is just a huge thing. Okay. Missio goes up to castle age himself, 1 minute and 35 seconds behind Hera here. And now Hera, he will add a second TC and the third one, I would imagine as well. Or is he going fully on water as well? No, he still focuses on water here. I don't like that too much.
He makes a couple extra fire galleys. Yo is actually repairing, and Yo still has 4 fishing ships alive. So he's been getting the food income from those, which is decent. There's 60% efficiency on those things. I love capture age, man. I keep discovering a new number every single time.
Which one did you discover right now?
Well, see the little efficiency tracker on the fishing ships, so you can see, even if they're that far away, how much time they spend actually fishing. So it's 60% or 52 or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I have not even seen that at all.
I also discovered yesterday, my chat helps me out a lot, but I was watching an arena game with John Slow, and he mangonelled like all his own monks, his mangonels, everything, right? Yeah. And if you hover over the kills on a unit, it can show you how many friendly fire kills they have.
Oh.
Which is great. So he killed like 4 of his own monks with mangonels.
God, that's disaster. That's really disaster. But I just love capture age so much. Like, they have so many... It just feels like with that tool, analyzing or watching recorded games or live games,
it's a different universe,
so
man. It's
better.
so different. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They've done such a good job with it over the years. Yep. Ooh, that monk was a little bit exposed. Yo missed it, though. He's going to loop back for that. Hera trying to go for the relic, and he's going to snag this monk. Yep. Yo still has water control here. Hera only with 1 fire galley there, so Yo can add fish if he wants to. And Hera unable to get into Yo's base now, as Yo gets pikemen, and he is playing Lithuanian, so they will be faster. So a decent start to castle age here, I think, for Yo.
I think so as well. With the pikemen, he should be able to defend all the aggression which would be coming from Hera in terms of the cavalry play. And also, taking control of the relics is going to be very, very important. And I think Mistio should be able to snag in at least 1 here. On the right-hand side with the monk.
That game Hera played against Valessa where he stole the relic from Run Under the TC.
No way. I was literally screaming.
All right, Hera kind of brings the monk back into the camels, but it still dies. So that's the second monk that has died trying to get this relic. It's a very important piece of history here, this religious sacred object in the center of the map. So Hera really wants to get that one in. And he's got a scout on the other relic too.
Yeah. Hera was able to snipe off 1 monk, but it feels like Mistio is going to be able to get at least 1 relic for himself. And however, Hera is going to be able to get more relics here, I would assume, because he has the mobility right now.
Dude, he's doing a dancing with the scouts here, trying to get the monks.
Yeah. And
oh god, Yo needs to keep him safe. Hera's diving in.
Hera is amazing in these kind of situations, right? He's just so good, and even goes for light cavalry. So right now what we are seeing is both players approaching it kind of like arena. And yeah, both are booming. 3 TCs for both players. The big difference is that Mistio has a fish, but it's not the biggest thing, only 4 for him there.
Yep. And it's not really like, unless you lock all of this down, it's not really a map where you can spend the time investing into fish traps later on
Yeah,
to have that free eco. Because at
exactly.
any point, your opponent can just drop one dock, and if you don't notice it, all that investment is gone.
Yeah. And Hera is doing such a good job at dancing. Hallelujah. And the pikemen, they're just not hitting the Lycav. Like Hera is doing so good with the dancing, and eventually he will die, I would assume, but no, never mind. He's going to get one hit onto the monk and
Oh, he gets
what?
it! I mean, I think Yo is doing a pretty good job with these pikemen too
Yeah.
to try and keep his monk safe, but it's
Yeah.
just impossible. And look, Harry's even got the camel over here. He spots the monk. He's gonna go snipe that with the light cav. Oh god,
Dave, this is so frustrating right now. This is so frustrating for Mr. Yo. He's just not capable of keeping his monks alive, and then meanwhile, Hera has gotten the advantage in terms of villager count. 69 to 68 right now.
I think Yo, he's floating a lot of wood. He probably should add like a few more fish, maybe, if he wants to. What else are you gonna spend it on?
I think
Maybe
so.
farms.
Yeah. Okay, so Hera pretty happy with his situation, I would assume. And if we think about the long-term composition, Lithuanians against Hindustanis. Lithuanians obviously with their lighties, with their hand cannoneers, with their great trash units, they are always going to be able to compete well in Imperial Age in most scenarios. But Indians have a
Okay,
lot
Yo,
of tools
box
for them as
formation
well.
this.
Yeah, he
Box
has to.
formation this. AI, full AI this, Yo. Hera's trying to snipe
Oh.
this again. He loses the light cap. Now it's time for box formation. Monk in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, I want an AI army from you, Yo, okay?
Dave, you're a committed man. You really want that monk to survive, no?
Dude, the camels are coming in for it now.
Yeah, they will get.
But the camels aren't going to be able to snipe that monk. No way.
They will. They
Well,
will.
it is. Oh, it's half HP.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
no.
will.
Box formation.
It's dead.
Dude, sometimes you just got to act like a bot, Jordan, in this game.
Yeah, you have to. Like Huang has shown that a couple of times already, and he has been very successful in doing so. Yeah. So we currently have 2 relics for Hera. The second one of Mistio is so close to the monastery, and I don't see how Hera could defend that relic anymore. It's not going to happen.
Yo's eco balance is all out of whack. Like he's been floating wood this whole time. He's been so focused on this. He's housed now at 100 pop. Hera clicks up to Imperial Age. Yo goes for the castle at the top. That's a good castle position. He's finally going to bring in this. Come on, man. Come on, man.
No way.
Come on, man.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. If he had gotten that one, I would have been like, no way. No way. I would have been crazy. But yeah, beautiful execution by both players. More a bit from Hera. And he's on the way to Imperial Age. Mr. Yo is not going to be too far behind there. And I'm really curious how both players are going to approach this one now. We see archery ranges being placed by Hera. And Mr. Yo, I could see a world where he's focusing a lot on lighties because he's heavily on stone.
Wouldn't be the worst thing, right? They ignore armor. They pack a punch. You got at least 2 relics in here.
Yeah.
Even against Hindustanis, I feel like the fact that Latest just ignore armor is just so powerful. They clear up units incredibly quickly.
Yeah. And we will see CA play from Hera, I would assume.
Oh, is he going to kill this village? Hera's so annoying with these little groups of cavalry, man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know, what I love about that gameplay is that Hera really makes the speed beneficial for him. Right? He has so much speed. Maybe he's one of, like, I think him, Lyra, and Viper are the fastest players in the game. And he's really making that a good use out of that.
I remember watching Hera when he was playing A84, and they had the animation canceling thing, where you could animation cancel units and attack right away. There was no delay whatsoever, as Yo loses the villager at the bottom now. And it was just so frustrating. I could feel the pain from his opponents.
Yeah,
because he was just all over it, man.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, monks are going to get taken down by the fire galleys? Yep. Roasted. Boom, roasted.
And finally, sometimes it feels like they have more range than they should.
They're actually Trirem had a good, or not Trirem, T-West had a good thing on that. It's actually like they have half a tile plus
Avatar Plus?
the advertised range.
Okay.
So that's why it looks like they have a little bit more.
Okay, okay.
See, it's 2.5. So you think it's 2, but it's 2.5.
Okay. So anyway, Hera has spotted the castle in the northern side. And the big problem now for Mr. he was thinking that there is going to be the camel play. But indeed there is the CA play. So he has to switch now away from the pikemen. Fortunately for him, he has not committed too much to that. And now, Mr. position on the map is just a little bit better than Hera's. But Hera is going for the better units here. I would say he will have Halberdiers and CA. And Lithuanians will have to switch to skirms in order to deal against that.
Yo needs to make sure that he covers that hole in front of his monastery. That's
Oh,
been a
this
problem
one?
for him the entire game, and he hasn't covered it. Now Hera is coming across with heavy cav archers. He's covering it now with a house. That's a good play.
Yeah.
Don't think there's another hole anywhere else in the wall. Heavy cav archers are going to start shooting at that, but Yo is pushing at the top side, and Yo almost has enough stone for another castle too, and I could see that coming down in front of that gold.
Yeah, I think so. That's something we will see. Hera not able to get the ratings in with the heavy cav archers he has right now. Because Mr. Yo has done such an amazing job walling his base fully. And that is so good because he's going to be capable of fully paying attention to the front here. And Mr. Yo placing the castle as you predicted, Dave. Hera will have his castle up a bit earlier though.
Elite latest coming in. But the cav archers still trying to find a way into Yo's base. They can't find anything on that side. Hera's going to find the TC likely in the south. Still, he can't deny the castle in the front. Yo already has a trebuchet there. Hera, without trebuchets of his own, so he's going to have no way to take down that castle immediately.
Yeah.
This is rough for Hera.
Yeah, like positionally, he is in a worse position. However, he has a better economy, he has better population, he has better army. So it's more about him trying to get to the siege units, which should be the trebuchet and the bomber cannons. And indeed, that's exactly the two units he's queuing up right now. And with the halberdiers and CA, that's very good for him. So Mistio will be forced to switch into skirmisher. He also finds the right hand side TC. Not able to deal too much damage, but at least he has that information there.
I'm surprised that Yo hasn't switched into skirmisher techs yet. I feel like he should have started to make that transition even maybe before Elite latest.
Yeah.
Because the latest aren't really doing much against the army from Hera, but maybe he saw he had the res in the bank and he's like, I might as well click it.
Yeah. Okay, so the castle goes down for Hera. However, there's a bomber cannon and a trebuchet alive for Hera, so he's going to be able to siege down the castle as well. However, there are 4 traps out for
All right, Yo. Start attacking the houses, my dude. There's so many houses there. Pop him, house him. You nothing else to attack. It's a legitimate strategy, Jordan. You can't tell me it isn't.
No, it is. It blocks the population capacity, right? And that is definitely helpful. And man, the bomber cannon, that one.
How did it survive?
Did you see that? That was just crazy. Like if it was my bomber cannon, it dies. Even if it was the same shot.
It survived. That's 3 shots now. Come on, to get something, do something, Treb.
What?
That's 4. I'm so mad.
Now it has to
and
be.
And then, watch, Hera's going to move
Oh,
it as soon as there's a shot that's about to kill it. Hera's going to micro it.
Yeah.
See,
It would have killed it now. It would have definitely killed it. Oh!
Okay, now it's dead. Finally,
It's dead.
finally.
Yeah. It took it with
Finally,
him.
man.
So if we're looking at the situation, it looks better for Monsieur, doesn't it? Because
latest just absolutely rocked those halberdiers.
Yeah.
I mean, they had help from the castle there, but these things are 60. These things are 20 attack, and they ignore armor.
Yeah.
Like halberdiers only have 60 HP. That's a 3-hit death.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And Dave, as you mentioned, Hera is housed still.
Yep. And there's 4 more houses over there that Yo can potentially clear up.
Yeah.
And there's 2 more at the top that he can clear up.
Yeah,
Hera's gonna have to add a lot of housing back here, Jordan.
exactly. On the lighties, the thing is the hand or the heavy cav archers, they don't really have the DPI to kill them effectively.
DPS?
DPS, yeah, DPI. What the hell? And look at the bomber cannon. What?
Oh!
What?
Dude! That was 2 shots, 2 kills! Yo! Yo got that ballistics for his trebs now.
Yeah,
He
hallelujah.
didn't like missing, I suppose.
Yeah, that is very frustrating. I mean, that must be so frustrating for Hera right now. And he's dropping in population very heavily. Mr. Yo also raiding on the right hand side, completely devastating the economy of Hera. And Hera is
Now
dropping
another
down
bomber
to
cannon
91
goes
villagers.
down. Hera tries for a castle in the south. Uh-oh. Oh, how did Yo manage to find that, Jordan?
Yeah,
I don't even
that's
know if he'll notice that.
He will.
Yeah. Hera calls it GG. What a play by Yo.
I love it.
Even after Hera got the advantage, not having water.
Yeah.
Yo, with the good positioning from the castles, got the villagers forward early. Hera didn't even really come out to this area. He just thought it would be a battle for the middle of the map, and Yo surprises him with the forward castle placement, and Hera can't stop it.
Exactly, and that was exactly the strategical aspect we talked about that Mr. Yo is excelling so much in. And I think Hera could have won that if he had placed his CA instead of going for the front. Try to avoid Mr. Yo to come forward in the top, and therefore he was not able to hold against the big push which Mr. Yo was going for.
Good. I like it.
As well.
We got ourselves an even series.
Yeah.
We
That's
just had to
what we
wait
did.
till the finals, Jordan.
Dave, what is your feeling about Fish and Fish? I think it's the second or third time I'm asking you this, but that one never gets old.
My feeling about Fish and Fish, I like how aggressive it is. I think it ends a little early for my taste, a lot of the games.
Okay.
Because we have this main middle area. I think when the map first made an appearance, people were going for the dock a lot more than they are now. And we saw some water battles, and that meant games went a little bit longer. But now
It's all about the middle.
everyone is just fighting on the middle. And Hera actually drafted Japanese first 2 sets in a row here today. And they've been sniped both times, I think, because of this map.
Yeah, Japanese is the civilization in which you would like to go for here on this one. We have Hera now with Khmer, and he goes for the shortfish right away. Like, he doesn't even bother spending his time on the sheep at all. He's fully committed there. And yeah, that means he will have to use the straggler trees. And I'm just wondering, if he's so fast with going onto the shortfish, I think he wants to go for very fast uptime, and then we could see a scout play from him, because man at arms, I don't really see that happening for Khmer here.
What do you think about onto the fish, everything on food, take straggler trees, don't make a lumber camp, go up to feudal age, stable immediately? What do you think about that?
I think that is a play he could go for, honestly. I don't think it is the best thing to go for, but it is something
And
which is like...
He's already lamed a goat, and he's got 2 more coming back. He killed a goat, and he's got 2 more coming back now.
Yeah. And he's going
So
to...
he's denying food.
Yeah, he's definitely denying food, and he will be able to get a hit onto the scout now as well. No, never mind. 39 against 36, so Marlins or Mr. has a slight advantage here on this one. But obviously, Hera has the advantage. He was able to lame a little bit here.
So usually, guys, you can't go up without a lumber camp because you need that second building. But for Khmer, you can. And as long as he has enough wood for his houses and is stable, he should be fine. And he's got the straggler trees around his TC. So we'll see if he goes for the lumber camp approach. He's got the elephant in now. All of his villagers, all 12 of his villagers right now are on food.
Yes. Dave, it's 100% what you predicted. It's going to be super fast fuel age with scout play.
And Yo is going for a drush. Okay.
And the drush is not going to do too much because villagers of Khmer can hop into the houses. So at best he will cost some idle time, but that's the best thing he can get here. Have you ever seen that build, Dave? I have not.
What build?
Of Hera.
Not on this map, no. I haven't seen it in a long time. I was just running through possibilities in my head. I don't have any examples of the last time I saw this build.
I didn't even know that this was even a thing until you said it. Like, hallelujah. He will go up to the fuel age with 17 pop?
Does he go up with Loom? That's the question.
I don't think so.
Does he get super greedy?
He will
Because
go
the militia are going to be here. Like,
Oh,
he goes
them.
up with up Loom.
Oh.
He's got the house to garrison him with Kimura, I suppose.
Yeah, but still.
But he's going to need that food from the fish.
He has to quick wall. He has to palisade wall right now because he cannot.
Yeah.
He cannot do anything.
Look,
without
he's
losing.
tracking it at least with the scout.
Yeah.
So that's good tracking from Hera. Knows this is coming. He can make the little wall. Sees repositioning the villagers to a better spot on the other side of that fish. Make a wall next to the house. Walls on the other side of the mill. And damn, dude. He needs to do it now, though. He needs to do it now, Jordan.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Oh, my God. Hops her onto the other side. And this is like the calmest defense with no Loom against Militia. Maybe Yo assumes he has Loom?
This is hilarious to watch. At this point, Missio has to realize that there is.
So stupid, dude. It's so dumb.
and Dave, the biggest story of it all is he doesn't have wood to build a stable. He does that without Loom. Seriously.
He does have wood now, I think, right? He made the lumber camp. He's gonna have enough wood, and he gets the feudal age, and he doesn't go for Loom. Okay, now he's going for Loom. Why does he need Loom? He's fine, man. He's survived so far.
He doesn't need Loom.
He's only taken a couple hits.
Yeah. And he goes for an archery range now instead of a stable.
Yep. So 500 food in the bank, no stable. Hops in there, he'll hop out the other side and complete the archer range.
And he has Loom now, Dave. If he has,
so now he can fight.
Yeah, if he hasn't lost a villager without Loom, he will not lose a villager with Loom.
So like, he's making the archer range. The whole point of this build, right? The whole point of this build is to get up at a ridiculous time and get military out.
Yeah.
So he goes up at this ridiculous time. Doesn't have enough wood for the building.
Yeah.
And then only builds the archer range with one villager. So by the time he gets an archer out, Yo is going to have his feudal age buildings coming up.
Exactly.
And he's got Malian militia as well, which have extra pierce armor, which can engage against the archer. Like, it's just not... I don't think it's working out the way that Hera had envisioned initially.
No, not at all. I'm super surprised that he goes for an archer range instead of stable. Could have at least gone for 3-4 scouts and then transition into something else, but he goes for very fast fletching timing, but he will not have the gold for that as well in order to, because he was a bit too late in going for gold, and now we have the men-arms upgrade as well. Those bad boys have 2 pierce armor now, and the archer is only doing 2 damage per shot without fletching.
And Yo is going for a dock too.
Yeah.
Looking
very good for Mr. Yo, I have to say, Dave.
Yeah, Hera, I like the idea of the strategy. I just feel like it wasn't fast enough getting the military on the field. I like it as like a change of pace, trying to catch your opponent off guard, but the speed just wasn't there.
Yeah. He has the 2 archers at home, so he's going to be able to kill all those men-at-arms, and they have not been able to deal any damage. I don't like the fact that he was going to the woodline of Hera. I think it makes more sense to apply the pressure in the middle.
On the fish, yeah, especially with the men-at-arms with the extra armor.
Exactly.
But I guess he didn't want to come up against villagers garrisoning in houses and archers just running in circles. Hera's now targeting the crocodile. The archer wants to get that out of there, so maybe he's thinking about sending his villagers forward.
Gotta give
For a
credit.
tower?
Yeah, could be. I don't think so, but could be. Gotta give credit to the crocodile though, because that one has taken more damage onto the archers than most of the units Hera plays against. So kudos to him. And I love the tower by Mr. Yo. I absolutely love it, because that denies all the aggression from the archers. And we see scale boarding armor, Dave.
Double scale boarding armor right away, and Hera sends more villagers to the front here to these fish, and that means he's gonna have enough food. He's sending most of his economy forward, and he's gonna have enough food for those scouts. And there's the tower. That's why he was clearing up the crocodiles in the first place. I'm not 100% sure on exactly what that tower does for him, but it looks nice.
It gives you a lot of map control in the middle, so I definitely like the tower. It's not going to hit too much though, but in the long run it helps a lot. And it also gives you a lot of vision, and Hera is going to be able to get inside on the right hand side, isn't he?
Is he?
I think so.
Nope.
Oh,
He might be able to pick off a villager here, though. Yo can send another full HP one from the other side, maybe? Or he can... I think if he deletes a wall, he can place a gate and trap those archers in there, but I don't know if it would be worth it.
Yeah. Seems risky. Hera not walling his tower, I think, is a little bit of a mistake. And those scouts, if they are able to enter the base of Mr. Yo, that would be completely disastrous. And now Hera playing around with those villagers again, hopping into the house and trying to get the kills onto the archer. And I think he could be able to do so. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Yo doesn't want to hang around there. Those villagers could pop out at any second.
Oh, the house
working
goes down.
on this house, and the house is down, and it's only skirmishers here against +1 armor scouts.
Oh.
Hera is all over Yo's economy. We have to remember that behind this, Yo does have fishing ships.
Yeah.
And he has not lost a villager yet.
Yeah.
So the economy for Yo, even though Hera has all this military pressure, the scouts with +1, Yo has not really taken that much economic damage so far, so he's still looking to be in a decent position long term.
Yeah, for sure. However, his economy right now doesn't look too healthy in terms of his land economy. Obviously, the fish is working very nicely, but the good thing for Hera is that he can easily use those scouts to also harass the fishing boats. He even goes for bloodlines now, so he definitely wants to put on a lot of aggression. And Dave, I kind of am afraid for Mr. Yo here, because I don't see a way how he can deal against that in Fuel Age. He needs to get Castle Age, and I don't think he will have the time to do so.
Bloodlines coming in. Jeez, man. Like, he went for that crazy fast build. He didn't really have much military pressure, and then he just sent villagers forward and turned it up a notch.
Yeah.
With that increased food income. Yo is now walling this army into his base. So that's fine. I guess Hera can't escape from this direction, but he's still got the scouts, which are the problem here. And the spearman actually goes after the archer instead of the scout. That's unfortunate for Yo.
Yeah, and now we see a full commitment by Hera onto the tower of Mr. Yo, and he is not going to be able to save the tower here. And Hera will take a lot of villagers down in the process as well.
Yep. Does maybe lose some HP on the archers. Hasn't even lost an archer yet. Okay, there goes one. There goes a scout. Lots of villagers going to die here from Yo. Scouts are still committing on the skirmishers in Yo's economy. You can tell how many things he needs to do.
Yep.
He needs to defend the villagers at the front. He's going to lose all of them. He needs to defend in his base. Needs to try and balance his eco. And none of it is happening correctly.
Yeah, this is just an insane pressure by Hera, and he has full map presence, full map control. The only food income which Mr. Yo has right now is just those fishing boats. And yeah, he's forced to tap out of this one. Just a beautiful display here by Hera.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I guess, you know what? I guess the fast uptime with the military production gave him kind of control over the middle. And then he just sent a lot of villagers there. And the scout switch was amazing, honestly. Adding that stable when he did.
It was very curious by the fact that he went for an archer range first and not for the scout play. But he had the follow-up prepared as well. And yeah, with sheer aggression, it was just too much for Mr. Yo. Well, Dave, I hope you figured out, because we are going to jump into game number 4.
No, I'm restarting my game, Jordan, stop!
Well, I have to take on by myself here. Dave is going to join in a few minutes, guys. He just has to restart the game because of the boxing gloves, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense. Anyway, guys, Hera here playing is Bohemians. On the blue chunks, on Dim Sum, and on the other side we have Mr. Yo. expectedly with Byzantines and red trunks. And we have seen Mystio always going for the forward as Byzantines. So I'm pretty sure Hera is going to anticipate that. And let's see how he's going to deal against that here. Dave, are you in as well? Or
No, because my chat was rioting over the lack of boxing gloves, so I'm getting in right now.
okay, just let me know when you have that one done. So Hera goes for the elephant lure here. And the camel is not being exploded on that one. Not like ACCM did. And that obviously helps a lot. Sure. I'm wondering what Hera is going to have in mind with the Bohemians here. Because Byzantines, it feels like they're a little bit stronger in many aspects. Because in Imperial Age, it is good for Bohemians with the Hoof Nietzsche. But Byzantines has a lot of answers in general. They could go for bomber cannons themselves, obviously. They also can go for monks, redemption monks to convert those. But anything else, they could go for cataphracts against halberdiers, but obviously as Bohemians you just add arbalest or hand cannoneer in there as well. So it's going to be a tricky matchup.
If I know Hera, he's thinking, crossbows with chemistry.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's gonna try and mask those behind some walls.
Yeah.
But we'll see how well it does against Yo's strategy, because we know this strategy is based on him forwarding, right?
Exactly.
So if Hera can't get the walls down in time, it's awfully hard to wall against a forward as well. So if he can't get that safety that he usually wants, it could be a really good position for Yo. And look at the map setup for Hera. It's not like it was when he was playing Gajaras. Like, this is a very open map for Dim Sum.
Yeah. There's no way he can wall at all. And I think, and that's something we have seen Hera doing a couple of times already, where he plays 1 TC, full crossbows, monks, and siege. And I would not be surprised if we see that from him on this map as well. So let's see.
He is fortunate, though. He does have, I guess all the golds are in the same place, which is unfortunate if Yo ever gets back there. But he does have the back stone, which could be nice. He's got the forward one there, but opportunities to maybe go out to that stone and get some defensive towers against Yo's pressure are there. And of course, that gold is super safe at the back of his base as well. So we'll take a look at Yo's economy. He's getting loom. He's going to go up once again, Jordan. 18 villagers, probably send 4 forward. If it's not broken, do not fix it. Keep winning with this strategy, my friend. I mean, you even failed kind of with the forward last time around against ACCM. It was a great defense, and he just shifted into cataphracts, and he still won.
Exactly. I mean, the problem was for Mystio that he was a little bit too exposed at home, and the archers really did some nice work from ACCM, but this time, I think Mystio, he has learned his lesson. And he goes for the same strategy which we know him from. He goes for the forward, Dave.
And here he comes. Here he comes. The beautiful thing about this map, too, is there's so many herdables. So if you go for a forward, you'll always have safe food under your TC. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can always go out to the middle and grab those elephants or the boars. And you're just going to have that constant food income to keep your economy rolling. You never have to place farms until later on. And there's that signature house into barracks, into archery range, into a tower forward.
Exactly. And the thing is, Mystio hasn't really scouted where the woodline of Hera is. And Hera has no idea where even Mystio is spawning. So the forward is going to come as a big surprise here.
I think Yo needs to Yo knows that the woodline has to be there, though. Look at his line of sight.
Yeah, I see, but it could still be that he assumes that there is something in the right-hand side.
Maybe.
Yeah, but most likely he knows that the wood is there, for sure.
Yep. Sending in the flaming camel now. Hera going for a barracks. Hera already building out the walls on the left. But there's a giant gaping hole where your enemy is coming in. You're building the big walls on the left side, but there's a massive area that Yo can push through.
Exactly.
Down through this hill.
And he will do so as well. With Byzantines, the trash units are much cheaper compared to the other civilizations. And no, there's stable going up for Hera. This is disastrous. Dave, this is disastrous for Hera.
Did he not watch
I
the
think
other?
he did not.
And Yo's probably just gonna deny the stable. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This is the pressure that we expected from this rush with Yo, and Yo still has the flaming camel alive, so if Hera gets a little bit too weak there with the villagers, maybe he can come in and snag one. Hera's gonna force down that stable, but there's tons of spearmen already from Yo. He's got villagers forward, he's got skirmishers there to deal with any spearmen from Hera. Oh, God. This is really rough for Hera.
Yeah. And one villager goes down for Hera, and we will see a huge fight. I don't like the fight by Mr. Yo. I think at this point just go back. But
He
okay.
did get the flaming camel damage, so maybe he can kill these villagers, and my boxing gloves mod isn't even on, Jordan, after all.
It's not. Oh god. I see boxing gloves all over the place. Just
I
saying.
wish I did, my friend. I wish I did. Still no fletching even from Yo.
Yeah.
So he's only got 2 attack on these skirmishers, base attack on the spearmen, and still clearing villagers from Hera. And Hera has to be thinking like, oh my god, what do I do against this?
Yeah.
Got some scouts, but
This
it's
game
gonna keep
is-
making spears.
This game is looking extremely rough for Hera. He is down 3 villagers already, and he still doesn't have the right units against that. And he goes for archers now and scouts. I don't think that's
And-
going to work too well.
Yo hasn't even made a tower. He's still got the stone if he wants to make a
Exactly.
tower here.
And the problem is Hera, that's his only wood line. So if he's going to be pushed away from this, it's going to be lights out for him.
He does have 2 straggler trees he can take near his town center. They're acacia trees, so they have a little bit more than normal, but only 22 left on one of those. Yo finding another weak villager up against the wood line, but Hera walling him in. Maybe Yo went a little bit too deep here with the vills. This might be a turnaround, Jordan. Hera's going to take out a few of the Yo's forward villagers, but the army is still there.
The army is still there. And the boxing gloves, man. They are... I'm so happy
I'm
that I
sure
have
they
the boxing
are.
gloves.
Yes,
look
I
at
know.
Look
Yes,
at the left
I
and
know.
right punch and left front. It's just amazing. Do you enjoy
know.
this well, Dave?
I'm having the time of my life.
Nice. And how is Chet enjoying for you?
Hera losing some more villagers here. He's going to lose another one. And Yo is housed at 40 pop, but, you know, MBL always says being housed means that you're producing.
Yeah.
And that's what Yo's doing right now.
Yeah, yeah. That's a great mindset. I like that. I like that. We have 13 army against 5. And fletching comes in now as well. Hera obviously doesn't have that. And he has currently 0 on wood. Nothing.
I mean, it's just a casual 40 population versus 27.
Yeah.
Yo sending more villagers forward. Sending 2 more of them. Hera does have a scout there, and he could potentially find these. And he's got archers too, so this might be a little bit of a risk from Yo to go for that. Yo now going for a stable of his own.
Yeah.
And he's patrolling the wood lines. He's like, where are you taking wood? And Hera says, haha, joke's on you. I'm all the way over here. Surely he can't find me at the very back of my base.
Is he going to be able to snipe that villager? No, he's not. So, Monsieur just barely saves that one. And the table is going to go up, I would assume here, for Monsieur. And the army of his is just so strong as well. Hera doesn't have any tools right now to defend against that one.
Oh, Hera's got a lot of weak fills on that wood line too,
Oh,
Jordan.
yes.
He needs to notice that.
Yeah.
Needs to notice this army coming in from Yo, but Yo didn't spot that. This is like the different form of safety, right? There's walls, there's towers, but there's also the safety in being so far away from your eco that your opponent would never suspect. Like if you look at Yo's scouting, he scouted all parts of that wood line except the part where Hera is on.
Exactly. But at this point, he has to assume that there's something on there. Because he has not spotted the woodline yet, and that must be the only place for him. And wood upgrade comes in now for Hera, so his economy right now is not looking too fresh.
Security by obscurity. I like that.
Security
Sexy,
by
hexy.
obscurity.
In my
What is
chat.
obscurity?
Obscurity means like it's something that's not clear. It's something that's like not found out, you know?
Okay.
You can look up the definition later, but
Oh my god. Like, these
this
two
is
archers...
10 skirms, 5 spearmen here that cannot be killed.
Yep.
And the archers back there are being very annoying from Hera, but Yo, it looks fine at home.
We have 7 villager advantage right now for Mystio. Hera has a lot of archers and scouts though, so he's going to be able to harass the economy of Mystio. And the good thing for Mystio is he has a tower still capable of building, so he might lose a villager to the elephant here.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, Scout clears up the Scout at the back from Hera. He goes for a tower on the wood line. The rest of his eco is fairly secure, and he's tracking this army with the skirmishers, kind of. He knows it's heading back here as he goes out to the stone once he's built that first tower. Goes for a market, house wall at the back, and I think he should be fine, and he's still 7 villagers ahead.
His economy is looking very, very solid. He has Force Color, wood upgrade. Hera only has the wood upgrade himself, and all the food which he has right now under the TC is going to deplete in a moment. And the only thing missing for Mr. Yo, I feel like, is the archer armor upgrade on his skirms. Once that one is in, he will be extremely safe at home. And yeah, Hera seeing the market here will make him think that his opponent is up to no good in a moment.
Yo is actually building up scouts.
Okay, interesting.
No skirmishers on the field from Hera. Yeah, I'm just wondering exactly what the scouts are for here. I would have preferred the archer armor, like you said.
Yeah.
He's still got enough skirms to deal with those archers by themselves, but then you add the scouts in here from Hera. And Hera's doing quite a good job providing pressure, and the pressure is actually keeping him safe at home.
Yeah.
So it's like offense and defense at the same time. And Hera's res actually not looking terrible.
Yeah, he's going to be able to match up the cast stage timing, which Mystio will have. He just has to sell a little bit of gold here, and Bohemian's getting the gold upgrade for free, and the Stormman upgrade for free really helps in those kind of situations as well.
Dude, I think Yo is legitimately confused about where the woodline is from Hera.
Yeah, he has no idea. He even has 3 scouts. Oh no, he has scouted on the top. He has scouted it. So he knows.
Did he? Okay.
So he knows.
Okay.
We have the armor upgrade coming in now for Mystio. And therefore he's going to be able to jump completely onto the archers. And those scouts are not going to be so dangerous because the spears are here as well to defend.
And does Yo go for... He's got 4 villagers on stone. He's going to have 200 stone in the bank. Does he go for a forward castle here? I feel like
I don't think so.
You might be able to get away with it, though.
But I don't think he will be able to do so. Let's see. He has a lot on gold, so he could easily buy himself the stone and then just go for that. Not sure, Dave.
Plus 1 armor coming in for the scouts. For those 3 scouts. He wants to get knights on the field right away. High impact units. Soon as he hits Castle Age, and he knows the eco from Hera is super wide open. So knights would be good here to run in, pick off some vills, and then run away. Also, still hanging out on the right side with his skirmishers. Couldn't confirm where those archers went. He's going to see them now with the scouts, so he can move out with his skirms a little bit.
Yeah. I guess he will use his skirms now to reinforce the front. It's exactly what we are seeing from him. And we will see a lead skirms from Mystio. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, here we have it. And Botkin arrows should follow in a moment as well. And even a second TC would make sense here. Yeah, that's what he does.
And the villager count kind of looks close here. I mean, it's 3 villagers difference, but Yo has wheelbarrow behind this too. So that's a big difference as well. He did do a lot of eco damage to Hera. Hera recovered really nicely considering how dead he was in this game. I think the archers coming forward was amazing from him to keep the army away from his eco.
It felt like the game was over for me, but he managed to get so much closer to the game again. And obviously he has a huge, how would you say, not lead, but the opposite?
Has a disadvantage here.
Yeah,
I suppose you would say.
Huge disadvantage, obviously, but he's still in the game and he could make things happen. Now he even goes for chain barding armor, so he's going to be able to crush those skirms easily.
Camels, though, from the Byzantines, and we got 5 spearmen still, so he can't take a straight up fight as long as those units are around, but he's looking for one. He's looking to pull that stuff out of position, maybe bring his archers in from the other side. And at some point, he will get a university and get chemistry for those archers in Castle Age, and they'll be able to punch through the skirmisher armor a little bit better than normal crossbows.
Yeah, yeah. So I like the army composition of Hera a little bit more. Archers and knights are obviously stronger than skirms and camels. However, the economy is better for Mr. Yo. And 30C up already as well. So he just has to play it very defensively. Doesn't need to take any risks because Hera, he is playing fully 1TC, full aggression. Mr. Yo on point with the defense, reacting with the TC right away, not losing any single villager. And yeah, just needs to add farms now in order to keep on the 3TC production because his idle TC time is going to increase more and more.
He's going forward with the castle.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Or is he going to place it defensively here?
I think it has to be defensively.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. He's nervous about the army from Hera. He knows it's somewhere, and he's going to get confirmation here. Byzantine's town patrol. I mean, look at how much of the map he can see. It's absolutely insane. He knows all the movements of Hera's army. Similar to the set earlier today against ACCM. Kept coming in with the plumes, but he always knew where he was because of free town watch and town patrol.
That's just amazing. Just having those buildings in the front, and I think, honestly, that is one of the reasons why Mr. Yo goes forward as well. Because with that, you have always a great
look at the mill.
Part of the
like, look at the mill line of sight. It's like an outpost. It's better than an outpost. Look at it.
Yeah. What the hell?
It's stupid.
I love that. I think I have to use town patrol more often. It helps so much. Even lost a villager with that line of sight? Really? How do you lose a villager with that line of sight?
Well, imagine if he didn't have one. Look, he lost another one on the other side. He would have lost 10 villagers if he didn't have that.
Get this shit out of here. How can you lose a villager here? Oh, God. I tell you, Dave.
These guys, I know.
We have to teach them.
If only you were playing in the tournament, Jordan. Oh, man, you'd show them all.
Exactly.
You'd show them all.
Yeah. Okay, so Mr. Yo, he was trying to expand with a 4th TC, I would assume, on the right-hand side. I'm kind of worried for him that he does the same mistake which Velez did in the Yucatan game, where he's playing a bit too greedy. And Hera, he plays full 1TC all-out army. And yeah, he has a lot on the left-hand side, and he's adding the Siege Workshop now as well. So
the difference between this and the Yucatan game, though, is that Yo has Fletching and Bodkin. Velez did not have either of those, and the Knights could just run under for free. And the defense here with the castle and with 4 TCs is going to be really tough for Hera to break. Unless he goes up to Imperial Age really quickly.
Yeah. Hera, you obviously cannot jump onto that situation or on the spot here because of the castle. And now he has to re-maneuver his mangonel. Does he see the TC? He does see it now. So he gets the confirmation here, but obviously Byzantines one of the best civilizations to defend as they have more HP on their buildings, which helps a lot in these situations.
I never thought I'd go into a tournament and see cataphracts twice in one day. But there is a cataphract on the field. In Castle Age, anyway.
So literally, the tournament has provided all the necessary excitement or entertainment you were seeking for, right?
Exactly. And now Yo is going for redemption even.
Yeah.
Okay. And the villager, it just goes right past Hera's army. I guess Yo's going to find himself with a villager in the back of Hera's base if she keeps walking.
Where are you? I don't see it.
In Hera's base, there's a Yo villager. And if there's one player you don't want at the back of your base with a villager, it might be Yo.
Oh, this one. Oh, this one. Yeah, I see. No. Okay. I wonder if he does something there. Okay, I thought the university was placed by the villager, but it was not. And the Knights commit onto the south side. That's obviously not a good move. And the economy
gets the mangonel converted. Hera trying for big shots here. Yo getting a big shot. Hera getting a huge shot. Oh boy.
That was a little bit better for Hera, wasn't it?
That was a lot better for Hera.
Yeah. The good thing for...
But still, he's at 58 villagers. Yo's at 75, and Yo already has a castle set up here.
Yeah.
And he can almost get another one.
Yeah. Thing is, Byzantine units are way cheaper than Hera's units right now, so he can afford having a bit of a better, worse trade. He's still going to be fine.
Still no chemistry for Hera.
Cannot afford that.
He's looking for a castle, and I think he would rather go up to Imp with a castle
I think so.
and get chemistry.
I think so, yeah. I have to say at this point, unbelievable that Hera is in the game like this. Like, I thought he was just... This is going to be a 12-minute game. That's what I was thinking.
See, Yo is building a house at the back. I don't even know why he needs the outpost here, Jordan, because the house gives him the same line of sight as the goddamn outpost. He's going to make an outpost at the back of Hera's base with this sneak villager. And he's going to see everything he's up to. Look at that. Oh my god.
And now we know why he built
satellites.
Satellites, man. He needs 3 outposts and he sees the entire map of Hera. And Hera goes forward with the castle.
He does. Yo is going to see that castle with his incredible line of sight. He sees everything, basically.
He sees everything.
And he's Byzantine, so he can click up cheaper. And he's going to go up at around the same time as Hera. And they're going to have a treb off here, but Yo has enough stone almost for another castle of his own.
Look at how the point of view of Mr. He sees everything.
Yep.
Absolutely everything. Both players go up to Imperial Age. Mr. obviously way ahead in terms of the economy. And Hera, he is in kind of a desperation mode because he knows exactly my opponent's economy is going to be so much stronger. The only way for me to win this is to have a timing attack with Imperial Age. But Mr. Yo, he will not allow that as he is going to be in Imperial Age 3 or 4 seconds right behind Hera. So no timing attack for him.
Hera will have the timing on bomber cannons, though.
That's true.
Because he's getting chemistry in Castle Age, which means right when he gets up to Imperial Age, we'll have access to those. And he's only, like, it's weird to say this, but he's only 30 villagers behind. Like, you'd think he would be more than that at this point, judging by the way this game has gone so far, right? Yep. He is losing the crossbows on this side, though. That was a good first shot from Yo. And he'll probably lose some of these knights. No, he escapes with the knights. Wow.
Nicely done by Hera. The thing is, we will have bomber cannons, yes, but we will see monks with 9+3 range as well for Mr. Yo, and that completely annihilates the bomber cannon play from Hera. And the traps are going to remain supreme here, I would assume. And once the castle is down, Hera is going to not have anything going for him at all.
Dude, that villager at the back of Hera's base made another outpost, and now Yo will know everything on that side of the map. Absolutely everything.
God.
No expansion allowed for Hera.
Yeah. Look at the line of sight. I didn't even know how crazy that can be. You need like 10
like Ethiopian outposts.
Yeah, exactly. You need like 10 outposts on the map and you see everything.
It's just a tech that you never get, right? Town patrol. It's expensive. It just feels expensive, but...
I think I'm one of the very few people who does that every once in a while, but it's not a Castle Age tech for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so Yo's in Imperial Age. He immediately gets block printing, like you said. He already has Redemption. Going for chemistry, going for ballistics as well. And Hera is going into bomber production. Also has 1 treb available.
Yeah.
And he's going to try and push down both of these Byzantine castles, which have more HP. So it's going to be even more difficult for him, Jordan.
We have 4,800 HP against 6,720. That makes such a huge difference. We see, as you said, the bomber cannon timing for Hera because of chemistry completed in Castle Age. But yeah, it's just like a very uphill battle for him right now.
Yep. And I think Yo can... I don't think Yo needs to target the bomber cannons. I think he can just stay on the castle. And he should realize that Hera's probably doesn't have enough stone miners to fully repair that, or he'll need to buy stone, which will hurt his economy either way.
Yeah. Okay, once the castle goes down, you can send in the monks to convert those bomber cannons, and Yeah, the
Pause?
archers obviously not strong enough to fight against those incoming skirms.
Is there a pause for you?
There's a pause, yeah.
Okay.
Harry had some lag spikes apparently. And I'm just checking, what is the last map again? Because this game seems to be over. Oh yes, it's my favorite map. Nice. Nice, let's go. And yeah, castle goes down. Yeah, go ahead.
What a unique and great build from Yo. It's just consistently working. Even if the forward pressure doesn't end the game, you can recover with Byzantine so well here.
Exactly. But I gotta say, the fact that Hera is still in the game,
is impressive.
It's just beyond me.
Crazy.
It's just completely beyond me.
Because there were how many villager deaths early? I guess Yo did kind of go a little bit too YOLO against the lumber camp there and lost all his forward vills. But still, I mean, he did so much damage against Hera early, and Hera's still managing to stay alive here. Is incredible.
Totally.
It's over now, though.
Yeah, this is completely over. 83 population against 150.
Skirms in the back.
Exactly. They're raiding everything, and they're not going to die. Hera is going to be forced out to tap out of this one. And we will jump into game number 5, which is going to be played on Haboob. And that is going to be Hera's home map.
I like how you say that. Ha, boob. Sounds like a kid, like if you say boob and it's like, ha, boob.
When I was saying that, I felt like it felt weird how it came off. And of course, in the same moment, you don't even hesitate. Like, you just jump on that. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
So
what do you think I am, dude? I'm mentally 11 years old, so.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so Dave, after the rather disappointing day of yesterday, I think right now the finals has already taken longer than all the sets together yesterday, wasn't it?
Almost. Yeah, it's been an hour and 40 minutes, I think, for the finals so far. And I think we were at literally at 2 hours when we called it.
Yeah, well, 3 hours, but it's like, yeah, very, very close.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, guys, pleasure to have Dave now for the 5th game, and we finally get the long set which we deserve, Dave. Oh, by the way, they have started, Dave. We can finally stop with that awkward topic.
Yeah,
finally.
The conversation was getting a little bit sickly.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, Dave, in order to conclude with that, I hope we're going to jump into a very sickly game now.
Yep. I foresee at least 10 different sickly references.
Okay, let's go. We have one.
Yo's gone for Sicilians, and Yo is going to lame right away. He's getting loom immediately, Jordan. He's taking the rhino. He's coming.
And he knows exactly on Haboob you can do some sickly plays here with the forward laming. Yeah.
He sees it.
Yo.
Sees it. Yeah, okay.
That's pretty easy to lame here.
Yep.
And Hera, he's not typical that person who likes to lame, right?
No. And Yo still has the scout here, too. He could lame this one, too. He could lame both of the rhinos if he wanted to.
No way.
He's sending another vill, Jordan. He's sending another
no way. Is he going to do that?
And he's going to hang out by the rhino now with his scout to prevent it coming in.
Oh, God.
This man is on a mission here, dude.
He wants to win
bow out and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
He wants to win this. And I think he's going to be capable of doing so. Hera has no idea, has he?
Dude, Hera's just playing standard here. Oh, no. He might see this rhino running, and he's got a villager there, so maybe he de-aggroes it. But Yo is just going to wall this village. He's just going to straight up lame. He's not going to bring it back to his CC. Just going to straight up lame.
Oof. And Hera has no idea about the rhino as well. It's just being killed. And he will see that the scout of Monsieur has full HP, so he's going to be like, yeah, everything is fine. I still haven't found my rhinos, but they will be around.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh my God, it's a black hole there with the rhino. Oh my God. He saw the first rhino though. I checked the line of sight, so he should realize. Oh, but he didn't realize. He's looking for it here. And now he's looking for it again, and he sees the villager for it, and he doesn't have loom. This is a disaster. This economy is sickly.
This economy is sickly, and it cannot be recovered anymore. He lost one villager. He goes for loom now, which is a bit too late, and he lost 2 boars.
This is... Yeah, how do you recover from this, Jordan? How?
I don't.
You were down 800 food.
You're down 800.
Well,
food
I guess you can take that rhinoceros and go out and make a mill there, so it's not like completely denied to you.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
right beside the berries anyway. So I guess he can recover it, and he can push in some zebra, but he hasn't even found the 4 goats at the back even.
Exactly.
And he's going to spend all his time pushing in the zebra as well.
Exactly. And he has to go. Oh, he sees 1 sheep. He sees 1, so he will be able to gather all of them, I would assume. But that was super good for Mr. Yo. And Hera, is he? He in theory sees the sheep, but he doesn't go that direction.
I think he's flustered, man.
I think so. No.
I think he's still looking around here. He's like, surely my rhino is here.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Sorry.
This is looking so bad for him, and
yeah.
he has to push in another deer with the scout, but he wants to get scouting information as well, right? At one point, you have to make the decision. Where do you commit? Do you commit onto scouting, or do you commit onto getting the deer?
He's going out there with a villager. Yeah, he's going to push the zebra, send a villager out there. It's not, you know what? The second rhino is not the worst thing ever because he's getting value out of it. He is getting food out of it. He'll probably gather like 300 food off of that.
Yeah.
If we account for the rot earlier.
Exactly.
And that'll help him go up, and he'll be able to push in all the zebra. But definitely, Yo has an advantage here. Definitely.
Sure.
Especially with that big villager kill early.
Yeah. Oh, this is very frustrating. And I don't know how good the mindset of Hera is going to be. Is he looking at it and be like, yeah, it's fine. Everything is good. I take the challenge, or is he going to be tilted here, Dave? I'm not sure. What would you say?
I think he'll take the challenge.
Okay.
I think playing with Franks helps a lot too, because your issue is going to be food eco. If you can get up to the feudal age, play defensive, which Hera is so well at, or so good at.
Yeah.
Drop the farms, and you automatically have horse color on those too, so it's an easier transition.
Yeah.
I think there's things that you can do here. Big misplay from Yo there to attack that rhino. Have the scout nearby and not finish the rhino off with the scout.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Hera is still up at a respectable time with 0 seconds of idle TC time.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. And he obviously now with Franks, 5 villagers on berries, the Garys or the Franks are a bit faster in getting the food from those berries. So that helps a lot in those kind of situations as well. And he still has a little bit of goats here under the TC as well. However, the food after that is running dry, and he will not have the food income to produce too many scouts after that.
Yeah, I just wonder what the follow... Yeah, dungeons for Yo. Okay. Sending 4 villagers forward, and he's going to pressure this wood income. And I think pressuring the wood is the correct play here, because Hera's going to need that wood for more food income, for more farms to produce units. And Yo is going forward with the barracks already. He'll probably add an archer range. Maybe does he go archer range or does he go stable? Probably archer range and then tower, right?
Yeah, archer range. Archer range. So we will see dungeon and archer range. I guess we will see skirm and spearman aggression from Mr. Yo again. And yeah, Mr. Yo is pretty good in those kind of scenarios.
Hera sees that. Takes a lot of damage on the scout, but he does see the villagers coming forward. And it's an archer range indeed for Mr. Yo. Hera still with 400 food in the bank when he reaches feudal age, Jordan.
That's amazing.
I think big misplay from Yo not to hit that rhino with a scout.
Yeah.
And deny that food.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, he couldn't really wall the rhino in because villagers kill palisade walls so quickly.
Yeah.
So that's not really an option, but he definitely could have killed it with the scout.
A lot of things were going on, obviously, so maybe he missed on that one. And now we see a dungeon being placed by Mr. Yo. The counter's tower is there as well for Hera, and I think the dungeon should still finish, right? Even though there are only 4 villagers building that one, but he should be fine.
And dungeon's gonna be harder to take out than the tower is. Does cost more, so it's a bigger investment, but still it has more HP here.
Yep.
And the wood line is now denied.
Exactly.
So Hera will need to take the straggler trees. He is going for the farms. Which, like I said before with Frank's, easier transition. So that's going to help him through the early lanes. And he's controlling his scouts. Of course he doesn't get hit by that spearman.
Of course
it's Hera.
Yeah.
He's never going to get hit by that.
And the thing is, the dungeon has shot a couple of times onto the scouts and not done any damage. So this our fight could even be lost here for Hera. For Monsieur. Scouts not really finding any damage. I guess on the berries, that's the first thing where they are going to be successful in. And Mistio hits the tower instead of the villagers, and now he's retargeting. But yeah, overall looks good for still Mistio because he has more stone.
And he's heading over now with the trash army to the stone from Hera.
Yeah.
Hera's going out to stone to repair, and Yo is going to be there. What great game sense from him. Also has the spearman over in the berries. And Yo is harassing the hell out of Hera's eco.
What?
Hera, no, finding the villagers from Mr. Yo that just went out for that tower. That is so weird that he would go out for that.
That doesn't make any sense.
Just repair your dungeon.
That doesn't make sense what he is doing. Dave, it feels like he's throwing. It feels like he's throwing.
It feels like he's throwing. It does. Like he's going to lose 4 villagers here, Jordan. Did he misclick that? What happened there?
He must have misclicked that.
Well, now Hera has the lead.
Hera definitely has the lead.
Easily.
Yeah, and he has horse color with Franks, obviously.
I mean, what was that?
I have no idea. The spearman taking down 2 scouts, that is obviously nice. But, God.
I'm speechless, honestly.
Karma. The good old karma.
Good old karma from the lames, yep.
Ay. And yeah, Hera is still trying to make some... Yeah, exactly. That's why you never lame in tournaments. That's why you never lame.
I mean, Yo still has a competitive villager count, and you mentioned horse color with Franks. Yo has horse color, and he is Sicilian, so the farms have a lot of food on them.
Yeah.
They're going to be lasting for a very long time, but still... What a rough mid-game for Yo.
Exactly. Doesn't make up for the 4 villager deficit right now.
No.
And Hera, after all that has happened, after the start, he has found himself in a very good position, and he definitely has the better lead here over Mistio.
I think the only thing that concerns me a little bit for Hera is military count right now.
Yeah.
Because he still only has scouts. He doesn't have any... Obviously, you don't really want to be going into skirmishers with... or against Sicilians, but... It would really help in this situation because right now he can't commit against this army on his stone at all, and now he's going to lose vills.
Yeah. At least one will go down. Nice shot by Mr.
Yo trying to save his vills at home, and
He
Hera
will be.
losing that scout.
Oh,
and he
2.
kills 2. Big. Wow.
Wait, what? And as you mentioned, Hera's military count only at 3 right now. He needs to fully rely on towers in order to defend his economy, and I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, Dave.
Hera's looking for these vills, man. I love watching Hera with these scouts.
Yeah.
When he knows there's weak vills there that are 1 hit away, Hera, Leary, MBL, oh my god, they can be so annoying with that.
Yeah.
I should add Viper to that list too, because
what about
he's
Jordan?
definitely guilty.
I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer.
You do your best. You do your best.
I'm trying to.
I mean, you're better than Doubt with it.
I'm not sure if that is a compliment.
Well, I mean, it is, right? How would that be not a compliment?
Because Doubt sucks in those kind of situations.
But you're still better than him.
So you're saying I'm better than someone who sucks in those situations?
It doesn't have to be an insult.
I take it as an insult, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Good that we talked about that one.
Yeah.
So Monsieur is on stone, so he's going to be able to place some dungeons as well, and that's exactly what he is aiming for. And yeah, Hera is just being extremely annoying. Yeah.
splits around from the TC fire, separates the groups, and keeps running around here, and the spearmen are just chasing around and around and around, and Yo is like, get off of my lawn, please.
This is just beautiful to watch, isn't it? Like, usually you're saying, okay, once you have the villagers under the TC, they're safe, but Hera has other ideas here.
Dude, look at the farming eco from Hera, too. It's so orderly.
Yeah.
It's just so well arranged.
Yeah. And he should
Even
be
with
able
the tower and that one tile gap over on the side, like, it's beautiful.
Yeah. He plays his farms better than most players with holes, where it's much more important. And Hera is going to have the economy now to go up to Castle Age. Dave, is he, after the start, going to win this game? I'm asking.
He's going up to Castle Age. He's still wandering around with the scouts. He's going to probably kill another 2 villagers here. That's 1 dead. Does he get the second one? No, it loses a couple scouts. I think the problem for him is going to be the farms that are cut off at the front here by the dungeons. And stopping the push over on this side, but Knight should be able to help with that, right? Yeah,
definitely. We're just in a phase where Hera will go to Castle Stage now. There's not going to be too much happening right now, I would assume. Mr. will try his very best to get as many farms tonight as possible, but if we take a look at the northern side of the TC of Hera, there's just so many farms still remaining.
I love the fact that Hera or Yo is walling these though. I really like that. So it's harder for the Knights to just take them out immediately. Yo now going for more outposts. Really wants that vision. He is denying kind of the gold and the stone over on that side, but Hera's taking gold up in the north. And I think Yo's going to switch around there, and Yo's going to try and add another donjon here on the farms at the back, but there's already a tower there from Hera.
That's the problem. He will be able to place a very nice donjon himself, but I don't think it could go up because the knights are going to come up in a moment, 5 seconds away from Castle Age. And this is going to look very rough for Mr. because he is not even up to Castle Age yet.
And I think Hera can even make an argument for sending the knights just forward into Yo's eco and it kind of ignoring that army at the back for the time being. Well, there is another donjon there, so maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to respond to that.
We have a third stable coming up as well for Hera. And now the quick walls need to be on point, and they are not. The dungeon will go up. Yeah, the dungeon
it'll cut off some farms. It'll force a response, and it'll buy. I think the most important thing here is it'll buy Yo time to get up to Castle Age. Hera's gonna have his knights back here and not in the eco from Yo. And Hera now goes out with all of those villagers to try and batter that down. Yo getting that nice little house on the side. So he's not going to be able to cover the full surface of the donjon.
Yeah, but he will...
But still, it will be enough to take this position.
Exactly. And as you mentioned, Mr. Yo, he wants to buy himself time with that donjon, nothing else. And I don't think he will buy himself too much time here. He's desperately trying to get some repairs in. But that donjon will go down eventually. And with that, we will see a lot of villagers being killed as well for Mr. Yo.
Wow, dude. What a recovery from Hera.
Amazing.
I think Yo opened the door and Hera walked right through it.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Like, if Yo plays this game with no mistakes, I don't think Hera can play well enough to come back.
I think so,
but Hera's just sitting there ready for Yo to make a mistake.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what happened, and he's taken full advantage. He's going to kill all these spearmen from Mr. Yo, and now the knights are looking so strong without any upgrades on them either. Just that Frankish HP.
Exactly. Helps a lot. And now we have only 3 army for Mr. Yo. Losing... No, he didn't lose the villages, but he's going to lose those. Because there is a tower coming up for Hera. And we right now have 44 villages for Mr. Yo only. Versus the 51. And the army size is just a big difference here.
He is staying alive, though. The house walls on the gold back there. House walls on the wood line. At the front, he's killing some... knights at the back with the spearmen. He's going for pikemen now. He's got a decent amount of resources in the bank, but still, things are looking awfully rough for Mr. Yo. And he finally loses the last villager at the back.
Yeah. 52 villages against 42, and he just has idle economy all over the place. Look at the main gold. Look at his TC. The knights are being super annoying, killing villagers left and right. And yeah, Hera loses knights himself, but the villagers are more important here. And I don't see anything Mr. can do anymore to save himself. It just feels like a fight he just cannot take on anymore. Amazing recovery by Hera.
Fast TC over there on the wood line, so he should be safe. But Hera goes for a siege workshop as soon as he sees that go up.
Yeah.
So he'll have a mangonel pressuring that area soon.
Yep.
Yo is still on stone, so maybe he could go for more TCs, or maybe think about YOLO buying himself a castle if he really needs to. He's going for a monastery now. Hera's still without any upgrades for these knights, Jordan.
Yeah. And Missio
It's a ram?
has transitioned into pikemen. I gotta say, Hera loves those rams, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He prefers them more than the mangonels this tournament so far.
Yeah, in this tournament. I think it depends on the day you could catch him, right? Sometimes he switches back and forth between unit preferences pretty hard.
Yeah.
Calling things trash or calling things OP or whatnot.
And yeah, the thing is, Hera is always having very nice trades against those pikemen because he just has the numbers. And Missio is sending them out one by one because he feels like, oh yeah, give me the knights. I want to fight against them, but Hera, that's fine for him. That's totally fine.
Yep, Hera's just raiding him to death right now.
Yep.
Yo did get some kills against the villagers at the front with a knight of his own, but now he's losing so many villagers at the back here. Hera's losing a lot of knights, Jordan, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
The trades at the moment anyway. If it continues like this, maybe not worth it long term. And as Yo is now building up for a castle, but he's getting value from it currently, and he's going for a second TC of his own.
Yeah. This is looking very dominating from Hera. He has a 16 villager advantage right now. They're going to take down the barrack now, which means that Missio will only have one barrack for producing the pikemen, which he desperately needs. And the good thing for Missio is that Hera still doesn't have any upgrades on those knights, which helps a lot. But still, it feels like a hard position to recover from.
Yo doesn't have fletching either, so I guess that kind of like balances itself out.
Yeah. I love the raid from Missio on the left-hand side on the extra gold of Hera. That could take down a lot of villagers here. Because
and he
Hera
doesn't notice it yet. Oh, he just did. Okay.
I would love to see a castle by Hera onto the TC.
You know, I love games where neither player makes a mistake, but I also love games like this where players are making mistakes all the way through, and then the other guy is trying to adapt to it, right, and take advantage.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to watch. We saw a huge mistake there with Yo, sending those villagers out from the donjon, when he could have continued to idle that wood line and maybe even win that fight. Over there, and Hera capitalizing, taking the advantage. Hera still without any upgrades for his units.
Yeah, I'm so surprised by that. So surprised by that. And Missio is trying to be annoying with further raids with those knights, but Hera should have a clear idea of what is going to happen here.
Hera's going for a castle.
He will finally go for the castle here.
Ooh, potential though. If you're gonna throw, a forward castle is one way to throw.
Yeah, especially
and
against
Sicilians.
Yeah.
Come on, Yo. We want a good finish to this game, my dude. We want a good finish to this game. Do it. Do it. He's not doing it. Jordan. I even put on my Palpatine voice and he's not doing it.
Yeah, if he doesn't do it with that voice, then he will not do it. And that castle will go up without any challenge from Mr. whatsoever. And that means that all these villagers have to run for their lives. He just places another TC on the top. Oh. Dave. I feel like Mr. O is... oh, he just doesn't want to surrender here.
If I was a degenerate Twitch chatter, I would be typing Mr. Throw a megalol right now. But clearly I'm not.
No, you're not. But yeah, I see why you would do that. Mr. Throw, it makes sense.
Yep. Hera's still without upgrades for these knights, by the way. He's still killing villagers because Yo doesn't even have fletching. And the numbers of the knights will counter the numbers of the pikemen. And Yo ends the game without even going for that castle that he was building up towards.
Oh, God.
And damn, dude. Hera coming back from this after he got super lamed. Omega lamed.
Yeah, that
at
was
the beginning of the game.
That was just amazing. Crazy. Like, after seeing the first 10 minutes of this game, I was like, okay, there's no way he can bounce back on this one.
I mean, Hera's playing amazing right now.
Yeah, he does.
He's on peak form, and he came back to the game before Viper or Leary, so maybe he has a little bit of an advantage coming into these tournaments.
Yeah.
He didn't look great in the other weeklies, or no, I guess he won. Did he win against Winchester in that one weekly final? I think he did.
Lost. I think he lost that one. He
lost
second.
against Finch. Ah, so he looked decent in that one, but yeah, he brought it for season 1 finals.
Yeah, he plays extremely well, especially when there is a bit more on stage. So definitely, he showed that today, and just amazing play by him. Woo! Okay, so Dave, I'm super happy that this day at least delivered compared to yesterday, and I think we got what we were hoping for. I hope you enjoyed it this way, Dave. It was a pleasure for me to have you again on my side, and yeah, always a pleasure to have you here.
I'm always on your side, buddy.
That's good to hear, Dave. Good to hear.
Through sickness and through health. Even if you're sickly.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I'll be there, man.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for the tournament, dude. It was a great time.
Awesome.
It was a great time.
I hope we have season 2. Then we
Looking
can
forward
continue.
to season 2.
Awesome.
Damn.
Okay, Dave. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you too, man.
Hello.
Hello?
Eric, can you hear me?
Barely, but we'll raise up a little bit. Okay,
Okay.
that should be better now.
Okay, I'll have to raise. Okay, you're at maximum already. So, Hera, how does it
So?
feel to win a tournament where you didn't even know the first game of each set?
I mean, that's a small detail. Doesn't mean I didn't prepare. But yeah, it feels good. That last set was really good. The finals was amazing, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Semifinals was rather one-sided for you, right? Villas had no chance, and then this finals that definitely delivered. If we go through the sets or through the games, game 1, like it felt like with the 4 men-at-arms and the 2 archers, I felt like there's no way that you can break in there. You have proven me wrong. Did you know that this is going to work out, or was it like a gamble?
It was more because I knew I couldn't fast castle versus Britain, so it was like that's the best chance I have. But even if I didn't break in, I think it's the best strategy. You know what I mean? But obviously, I was somewhat lucky / somewhat good timing to break in, and the game was really a lot easier from there.
I think you killed around 4 or 5 villagers, so that was just amazing to see. And you also killed his archers, right?
Yeah, which is huge. That was a big one.
Exactly. Then you have a huge army lead, and you were knocking on his door from 3 different angles, and you were not able to get in. Were you frustrated at that point?
I actually wasn't frustrated because I had told myself at the start or like middle of the game that I said I'm gonna push with Eagle, but then also boom behind it. So it wasn't like a desperate situation to break in. But I have to say, Yo played really well on defense to not let me get extra value there. It was really well played from him.
Yeah, but it was also awesome to watch the game. And then game number 2, Coast to Mountain. Have you ever prepared on that map, or was it one of the very first time you played that one?
No, I actually played it. I actually want to make that my home map. Like I have to rewatch it because my strategy to go scouts into water was like kind of planned, like kind of prepared.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if it was good. I have to go back and review the game. I don't know. Was it good from the caster's position? What can you say there?
So the first time I ever see someone not committing to water, like not at all. So it felt like at the beginning you fall behind a lot in terms of economy, but then with the dog and killing his fish, you were able to equalize, and you had the lead there. You missed killing 4 fishing boats of him, though. He was able to snuck
Yeah.
away to the south side. So if you had been able to spot that, that would have given you a huge advantage. And I think you had the slight lead, I would say, after all
Okay.
of that. So,
Fair
but
enough,
I
yeah.
think the biggest issue for you were that you were not pushing on the front. You gave him the spot there, like in the top of the map.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to review that game. I also don't really like cow archers. Every time I make them, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not able to make the most use of them, or they're
Yeah.
just not a great unit. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a
Yeah.
weird game for sure.
Yeah, and then also game 3, the Khmer pick, is that something you had in mind, or because you picked Japanese obviously for that one?
Yeah.
What was your thought process behind Khmer there?
Khmer was my backup civ. I actually wanted to send 2 vills. I want to go to the middle early, and then if he
Yeah.
goes to the middle right away, I send 2 vills with Loom to harass him, and
Okay.
he can't do the same to me because I have the house.
Yeah.
And you don't die to Drush, so that was my idea. I
Mhm.
delayed Loom too much though that game. It was a bit risky, but
It
worked
worked out. We had some
Yeah.
fun in the house hopping micro.
Yeah. That was I love doing that. It's such a fun bonus.
What was the reason of adding the archer range before the staple?
Definitely range before stable, just to be able to mass archers earlier. I feel like if you go scouts, the villagers just trade too much versus the scouts. I don't like that. Also, one spear will
Ah.
defend all scouts, so
Okay.
I like the
okay.
mass arch and then switch to stable.
Okay, well, it definitely worked out. Monsieur
Yeah.
was caught by surprise completely, and you completely wrecked him that one. Then game 4, dim sum. I thought the game was over after 10 minutes. You sticked in there, and you have
Yeah.
made a comeback almost. So, how did you feel at the beginning when the forward was happening?
Well, right from the start, I felt like my map was really awful in that one. Like I had the wood
Yeah.
that was very far.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I think I was very lax. Like I should have really expected a forward, especially from Byzantine.
Yeah.
And I didn't prepare at all for that. So I think it's my fault. I could have reacted a lot better to the forward and even just expected it to come.
Yeah.
But I think no matter how well I played that, I feel like he would win with the map that I had and the strategy that he had. I think he would win.
Yeah, also he used the forward strategy yesterday as well and today in the semifinals, so it was
I casted that. That's the worst part. I literally saw
Oh,
him do it.
oh no.
I
Oh, no.
casted it and then I couldn't expect it. Yeah, it's
Oh
so bad.
god, yeah. Good old preparation
As
there.
soon as I saw him, as soon as I saw him fording me, I was like, oh, true, yeah, he does this, you know.
That was something which I missed, yeah. And then going into game number 5, Franks against Sicilians, and then he had one of the most successful lanes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
How did you feel after losing one rhino, then seeing one rhino being killed and one villager down?
Yeah, that was incredible. I was ready to fight though. I didn't want to give it up. I said on my stream that he laid me 2 rhinos and a vill, but I'm still gonna win this game. I said that in Dark Age, and
Okay.
I managed to flow back. So I was super confident, just because I don't know. I like the map, I like the civ, and I feel like I have a lot of potential to outplay.
Yeah.
But it was a really rough start. Like that was terrible.
Yeah. I was also wondering and asking Dave, like, do you think Hera is tilted right now, or is he taking that as a challenge? And Dave was like, no, he will take it as a challenge, and that's exactly what you're confirming as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, I feel like amazing display. Would you say that you're playing right now better than before the break? Like for example, how you played in King of the Desert 4?
Like I'm still not happy with some of my play these days. Like there's some aspects of my play that definitely got worse. I'm not sure why, but I
Okay.
feel like overall, I feel like I'm playing. It's hard to say if it's better, but I feel like I'm playing pretty well. I
Yeah.
also think everyone's playing better. So by that token, I would say I am playing better as well.
Okay.
But there's still some aspects of my game that are lacking, and I'm just gonna continue working on it.
Okay.
And continue improving.
Awesome stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for participating. It was a pleasure to have you in the tournament. And I hope to see you in the future ones as well.
And thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for hosting it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. And shout out last thing to the fans. Hope you guys enjoyed the tournament. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the whole event.
Awesome.
Later, man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. So we're done with Jordan Medieval Brawl. I hope you had a blast with it. I definitely did. I think overall it was a huge success. And yeah, that was a damn good interview, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think Jordan's Medieval Brawl in general was very successful. The only day where I was not too happy with was yesterday. Not only because the sets were way shorter than I was hoping for, but also that I was not on the energy which I was hoping for. But overall, I think today's day definitely delivered. We had some very high quality games, and that's exactly what we are hoping for when we're watching Age of Empires 2, when we are organizing stuff. And yeah, thank you also so much, guys, for all the lovely support I have been given throughout the tournament. I've gotten a lot of support there, and I'm very happy to have that backbone there.